The urban local bodies elections which have not been held for 12 years in Nagaland, and it is a big issue which the government is still silent upon. The National Students' Union of India held a protest outside the residence of Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan in Delhi over the alleged fraud in the IIT JEE Main 2021 exam. Nikki-led NSCNK and Government of India are all set to sign ceasefire agreement by Tuesday or Wednesday. Delegation of the Nikki-led NSCNK are set to leave for Delhi today to meet Home Ministry officials for the signing of the ceasefire agreement. Prices of petrol and diesel have seen a decline in the recent days. In some states, petrol price has decreased by 64 paise and diesel by 1.28 paise. Hello viewers, you're watching Nagaland TV Primetime. This is Nufu Iyer, and now the news in details. The Dimapur police on Sunday arrested one suspected drug peddler identified as Mrs. Adaha Mao in a connection for transporting illegal drugs suspected to be heroin. Dimapur police has registered a case in this connection at East Police Station. Nikki-led NSCNK is set to sign the formal ceasefire agreement with the Government of India by Tuesday or Wednesday. Highly placed source informed that the delegation of the Nikki-led NSCNK group will be leaving for Delhi on Monday, where they will be meeting Home Ministry officials to sign the ceasefire agreement. It is also learned that ceasefire monitoring group chairman Lieutenant General Amarjit Singh Beti is also likely to be present during the signing of the ceasefire. Nikki maintained that the decision to join the peace talks or to revive the ceasefire was to fulfill the wishes and aspirations of the Nagas to give peace a chance. Nikki said his only wish was that Nagas unite and asserted that there may be differences among various groups, but unless all three, that is NSC and IM, WC, NNPGs and NSC and K, sit together, there cannot be any headway. The Supreme Court on Monday strongly expressed its displeasure over the way the centre enacted the Tribunals Reforms Act 2021, reducing the terms of members and chairmen of tribunals, which it says are identical to the earlier laws struck down by the SC. The Apex Court said that the government appears hell-bent on not respecting the Apex Court's orders. Chief Justice India N.V. Ramana and Justices T.Y. Chandrachud and L.N. Rao said that the government appointed 9 Supreme Court judges within 7 days of recommendation reaching it, and questioned about why it is taking 1.5 years to appoint tribunal members and chairpersons. The CJI further stated that they were not interested nor in inviting any confrontation with the government, and said they would list the matter for further hearing till next Monday and will either close down the tribunals or take the appointments and initiate contempt if the government does not implement the recommendation. Seven Village Underwoka district installed 7 portable X-ray machines at Sanis, Chukitong, Wazuho, Ralan, Moilan, Sungro and Bandari. Sources informed that the new portable X-ray machine were purchased through COVID fund under Local Area Development Program. The decision to purchase the portable X-ray machines was taken by Dimapur District Planning and Development Board WOKA under the chairmanship of advisor Shri Monlumo Kikon. The urban local bodies ULB elections, which have not been held for 12 years in Nagaland, is a big issue which the government is silent on. Back in 2016, people protested against this very issue and their lives were lost during police firings. Nagaland also lost a very important historical site, which is the old MLA hostel built by the Britishers during the protests. The issue also resulted in the stepping down of the then Chief Minister of Nagaland, T.R. Ziliang. Nltv asked citizens of Kohima town for their opinion on 33% reservation for women in the ULP. Here is a report from Watimjin Ponganar.
I actually have thought about this for a while, and I have two opinions. One a positive opinion and one a constructive opinion. The first positive opinion is that yes, we need to have that one. We have to be, my reason for that is we have to be inclusive. So if you run a society, if you run a group of people, when you need to run a state, like a big state like us, in order to take the decisions to run a state, we have to include both men and women, because the decision making thought process is different from men and women. So we have to be inclusive. Yes, we have to include the women folk for that. My second opinion, constructive, is that if you say that we are going to have 33%, for them, then what rises in that occasion is that they do not have to do anything because it's already reserved for them. Is that we have to be inclusive, but they don't have to do anything. They cannot rise to the occasion and say, okay, I'm going to rise up to the challenge. Even if there is no reservation, I'm going to rise up to the challenge and, be in a world where I'm not included. That's where it goes, because it's very easy for them when we do that. We have to be inclusive, but we have to we have to run our society in such a way that we have to include, both men and women. So it is yes, but on the flip side is that it makes it a little easy for them. So just for the example of, let's say, women, the decision is taken by women and the 33% is reserved for men. So the men, for 33% is reserved for them, so they can't do anything. It's very easy for them because, okay, I'm going to sit very idly because 33% is reserved for them. Even if I don't do anything, they're going to include me. So they cannot rise up to the challenge. So that is my opinion, I think.
Apart from this 33% reservation for women, let us first know that why is reservation for women important? Itu ki karne important asikulido equality. Holibi equality kuisikulido, we have to fight for our own way. We have to make our own path. Aro men have come a long way fighting for their own way. In this political, economic, in every way possible, men have come a long way. And itado women kando, they have to fight for their own way too. Itu equality do women can be fight kurolomon asikulido tahanijola do 33% reservation do luo lage. Ido tahanijola hope as do 33% reservation do. Aro ido itiatok Nagaland do MLA maiki ektaminai women MLA ido ektaminai itiatok to. Aro mola opinion do ido maiki ekta holibi olaishugli do ido inspiration ho alak manu hangar nebi. Ido ese mola opinion do.
Nagaland has emerged as the worst performing state overall in the Northeast region, with poor performances in poverty, health and affordable energy. The report was released by the Niti Aayog last week. The first edition of Niti Aayog Sustainable Development Goals (SDG) index, focusing on the Northeast region, places 12 of Nagaland's district in the performer category of the index. Nagaland performed poorly in 6 goals: no poverty, good health and well-being, affordable and clean energy, sustainable cities and communities, industry and innovation and infrastructure. However, it indicated a mixed performance by the state in quality education, reducing inequalities, climate action and peace, justice and strong institutions. The state has done well in the No Hunger SDG, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, decent work and economic growth. It has also excelled in the Life on Land SDG, with just 1 district in the performer category and the rest under the front runner category. Nagaland is followed by Meghalaya in the index, which has all but 1 district which is a front runner in the performer category. The National Students' Union of India (NSUI) held a protest outside the residence of Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan in Delhi over the alleged fraud in the IIT JEE Main 2021 exam. NSUI National President Neeraj Kundan and other activists were detained while protesting against the paper leak at the minister's residence. The NSUI, in its official Twitter account, tweeted saying that the ministry has responsibility to conduct transparent, fair exam, but consistent manipulation question the approach of government. A female who reportedly went missing on September 1 was found dead at a jungle in Shokovi village area on September 3. The deceased, aged around 20 years, has been identified as Jones C. Malswamkimi from Mizoram, who was working at Assam Rifles Composite Hospital, Shokovi, since February this year. A missing report was filed by the hospital authorities at Women Police Station on September 12. Soon after receiving the report, police launched a manhunt and later found the body around 4:30 p.m. The body was taken to District Hospital Dimapur for post-mortem and the report was awaited. The police said investigation was currently on and the cause of death would be known only after the post-mortem report was out. With the cooperation and support of village authorities, the police detained 7 persons in connection with the case for interrogation, of which 3 were later arrested. Referring to several messages being circulated on social media, police cautioned that unless the post-mortem report was out, people should not jump to any conclusion. Nagaland State Legal Services Authority announces to conduct the 3rd quarterly national Lok Dal Adalat in all the district headquarters on September 10. It informed that a total of 11 Lok Adalat benches at the district court premises would be set up by the District Legal Services Authority. Reportedly, Lok Dal Adalat is one of the alternative dispute redressal mechanisms and forum where cases pending in the court of law or at the pre-litigated stage are settled or compromised. There are reports of recent incidents that excise department personnel have been stopping media vehicle and asking for money at Dilai Gate, Dimapur. When Nltv went for a verification, it was found out that the personnel stationed at the gate mistook the media vehicle for a commercial vehicle. Our reporter Aram Achumi has a report from the spot.
Mon ita in thake do icha ide Dilai Gate aina se etu me mizur kila se etu exercise gate aina se to moi like me mo hudiu mun jai thake do 2 din 3 din hoise ami driver ase ami hana channel na tai ba koi thake do take rokhai ase kone koi taise to apni han to janna na jane tu media la gari ase
ayo na jane to tu karone ami to ki ase tu kali rukhai saisile ne ka hose bada cha thik ase neka koina tabot aha da
acha acha mo hudiu mun jai thake do aro kali jane aju rokhaise inga khobor pai deise na mohana
ঠিক সেন দান দেখিয়া নিমেদে না এনি রুখাইছে হলে বি এটো তো আপনি খান এনি যাইছে দে এনি কা নেকায় কই দিবি নহলে বি আমি খান ঠিক না জানিলে নেকা রুখাই থাকে ও এটো কারণে আছে নহলে এটো তো একো নহয়
তো আপনি কি কিলা উঠাই তো কিবা তো টেক্স তো
এটো আমি খান তো তাতে পারা আহা খান তো চালান তো কি বুকে আহি আছে এটো খান তো এনি চাই কিলে মানে বিয়া লাগা খামদি আনিব পাৰে এইটো কাৰণে না এনি চালেনটো মানিকে না চাই এইটোৱে আছে
তো মিডিয়া গাড়ি আনটো কো বন ইংগা তো নাই নাই তো আপনি লাইক মহান আপনি না জনে থাকিয়া কাৰণে ইংগা রখাই দিছে
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে
তো মহান তো বন আছে না লাইক মিডিয়া হাঙ্কে তো নুলে কোতে বলিবি তো ইটু বি মহান গাড়ি হাঙ্কে বি আৰু কিবা একটা ক্যাটাগরি আছে কি এনে দিবলে না ইংগা ভাবনা থাকে
না এটো তো না জানা নিমিতে নি হুদা হে আছে উঠাকে না
তো মানে এটা আহিনে জানিব পাইছে কি এতে তাহান আমি আনা গাড়ি Nltv লা গাড়ি রখাই থাকে তো এটো তাহান নাজানা কাৰণে রখাই দেখছে কোনো মান কি জানাইছে এতে আমি আনা পুলিশ মেম্বার তো এইটো কাৰণে ইনকা খবৰ হান আলাগ আলাগ খান চাই থাকো কাৰণে আপনি চাই দেখি Nltv মই আৰু মাচুমি উইথ ক্যামেরা পারসন বেনাং সনক ফর Nltv
The prices of petrol and diesel have been slashed by at least 15 paise per litre by state-run oil marketing companies across the country on Sunday. The slash in the price remains unchanged in Dimapur for 3 consecutive days. The price revision saw the price of petrol from 100.36 rupees to 99.72 rupees. And for diesel, the price dropped from 92 rupees to 90.72 rupees per litre. However, price rates will differ from state to state after added frigid charges and taxes.
Petrol aro diesel laga dam do slightly namina amian tikho parise to Dimapur town dibi itia petrol aro diesel laga dam do kiman hoise itu amian sopanu chani lobo itu petrol laga dam do kiman thakise aro kiman tak namina ase
পইলা তো 100.36 থাকিছে এতিয়া তো 972 পয়সা হইছে না তো টোটাল নামা তো 64 পয়সা নামিছে এক মহিনাতে না আর ডিজেল লাগা দাম তো পইলা 91 হাইস্টলি দাম তো 92 পয়সা থাকিছে এতিয়া তো আপনি 90.72 হইছে টোটালি 1.27 পয়সা তো নামি 1 rupees 27 পয়সা নামিছে এইটো মহিনাতে
amian sopanu hunibo parise petrol laga dam do itia to ile to 99.72 huina ase aro diesel laga dam do ile to 90.72 itu tak namina ase unai to amian sopanu chani se mo ese komito nungti with camera.
A day after hundreds of citizens staged a protest at Twensang Down against the alleged tyrannical attitude of SP Twensang Amit Nigam and demanding his removal within 24 hours from Twensang district, though the official transfer order was yet to be out, Nigam on Sunday around 6:30 left Twensang and reached Mokokchung. Confederation of Chang Students Union (CCSU) had accused Nigam of physically assaulting a constable using tribal identity and also made the victim repair the accidental damages, besides others' allegation against the SP. The Nagaland Integrated Disease Surveillance Program (IDSP) has expressed concern over the high prevalence of Delta variant in the state. IDSP informed that 99% of whole genome sequence samples collected from Nagaland have been identified to be of the Delta variant of concern. IDSP informed in its September 4 weekly COVID roundup that out of the 286 samples sent for sequencing, 283 samples were collected of the Delta variant. Other variants included 1 Alpha variant and 2 Kappa variant. Prime Minister to visit US for 3 days this month. Cementing bilateral ties, stabilization of Afghanistan, counter-terrorist Indo-Pacific and climate change are expected to be on the agenda, while the scheduling of programs and engagements of the PM Modi will be worked out by the advanced team, which is expected to reach the US on September 9. The visit will begin with a bilateral with US President Joe Biden in Washington on September 23. This will be the first physical meeting between PM Modi and Joe Biden after he took over as president this year, followed by a physical summit and meeting of Quad partners the next day. PM Modi is expected to address UN General Assembly on September 25 before flying back to India. This is the first international visit of PM Modi after he travelled to Bangladesh in March 2021. As per Union Health Ministry data, India records 42,766 fresh COVID cases in the last 24 hours. With the new cases, India's total caseload has risen to 3,29,88,673. The ministry has also reported 308 new deaths, thus taking the death tally to 4,40,533. Nagaland also records 54 fresh COVID-19 positive cases and 1 death. The 54 fresh infections are Mon 15, Kohima 13, Dimapur 11, Pek 6, Mokokchung 5, Woka 3, Zeneboto 1. The total caseload of Nagaland is 30,356. Kohima local ground is one of the most common ground for the people in Kohima. It's a football ground, but lots of activities take place, especially during Christmas and New Year. Church service used to take place for different tribes, expos, carnivals, sports week for schools and colleges, ward sports, business. But after the pandemic, not a single activity has been taken, and lack of maintenance has left the ground in bad condition, leaving leaves and grass to grow from the ground as the time of Christmas and New Year is near. It is the sole responsibility of the people to take care of its environment and surrounding.
Welcome to Nltv. Aji ide Nltv dan Kohima de aina ase. Idu Kohima de aina thayo do Kohima logo ground ase idu. Kohima logo ground do sabse common ground ase idu Kohima manu thangani. Ide amin than sa ase ulu do in a month of August, September, NSF football tournament, classic football tournament, and kiki jai. Aro December, inala month han ICU ludo. Ede activity han bisi jai. Export han nisina. Aro Christmas, New Year program, alag la churches tang combine devotional service tang kiki ulo. Iduklan hoye. Alag moina han dibi amin han schools than nisina, colleges nisina, ide sports week than activity kiki jai. Hulibi since pandemic aija bisi amin han ide dikhiaze manu gari ektabi neberai. Aro idu nibera hinsab to ground bi na huji je aro aminan sob dikhya je ground de pata grass idom bi ola je idu ola hinsab to aminan dikhya je ki maintenance tan na jai na gi aro maintenance tan nukuri na gi idu khobor lule aise ami as reporter Rabin Hongobong amila camera person Imli. Thank you for watching Nltv.
The Supreme Court of India on Monday rejected a writ petition filed seeking directions for rescheduling of NEET UG 2021 examination. However, NEET 2021 will be held as per schedule on September 12, said Supreme Court. The court dismissed the plea of a batch of students who contended that the entrance exam will be clashing with other exams, saying that over 16 lakh students deck NEET, it can be deferred on a plea of a few students. The Supreme Court bench said that it would not entertain the petition for they don't want any uncertainty. Rotary Centre Dimapur on Sunday celebrated Rotary Club Teachers' Day. 5 male teachers were felicitated and 6 female teachers from Inner Wheel Club were felicitated by Women's Wing. The program host mentioned that the government teachers were given much priority during the felicitation program.
Today, Rotary Club and Inner Wheel Club felicitated 5 male teachers and 6 female teachers. Rotary Club felicitated 5 male teachers, out of which 4 were government school teachers and 1 was from private school. And Inner Wheel Club felicitated 6 female teachers. And the selection process, the criteria, our project chairman Vijay Sharma will explain.
Well, we have a very predefined criteria as far as goes for regarding the selection of the teachers. Otherwise, due to pandemic, we couldn't follow the criteria. Otherwise, the criteria is that we usually go, bring the sheet to the students, they mark it up, then the head teacher marks it up, and then we calculate an average of that, and on that basis of that which we select. But this year being pandemic year, students not returning to school, so we requested those individual schools to give names of top teachers. And that's how we have collected, and our concentration mainly is to recognize teachers from government school, because they, despite all the lack of infrastructure and all, they are the ones who really struggle more. And we have also felicitated some of the private teachers also, but definitely this is the criteria, and hopefully next year with the pandemic being over, we get back to the way of selection.
And as your motto says, serve to change lives. I believe as a teacher also, each and every teacher also does the same thing. We serve to change lives. And at this present situation, if we say like, what it means to be a teacher, I feel teacher is a person with many characters inside them. We need to be an entertainer, we need to be a storyteller, we need to be a dancer and singer also, especially during our Children's Day to entertain our children. Of course, we need to be good interact so that our students don't sleep in the class. And of course, the most important part of being a teacher is we have to be responsible, because in our hand, the life of a child, it depends on it. So on this very beautiful, and you can say this is my first occasion in my last 15 years of teaching service. This is the first occasion like I am standing here, and honestly, every year I used to feel like kabhi to mujhe milega. And I think this is the time that I got. I'd like to thank my director, ma'am and sir from Maple Tree School, who used to encourage a lot, and they always push me that Sudipta, do whatever you like, follow your passion and follow what you want. And that also motivates me to help my students to do what they like and excel in their studies in what they are doing. So today, this particular gift of love also I would like to dedicate to my teachers who taught me and made me who I am today, and also everyone who believes in me. So thank you so much. Thank you, Rotary Club.
Luke Kenny, popular actor, film director, producer, music director, composer and former VJ to judge the 13th edition of the Music Awards of Nagaland. Native Track Society also informed that submission of entries to the 13th edition of the Music Awards of Nagaland would be closed from today. Reportedly, Kenny began his career as a DJ, followed by successful stint as the first male VJ on Channel V. He also served as the head of music programming at Channel V till 2008. Furthermore, he gained widespread recognition for his role in the 2008 rock musical drama Rock On. The Taliban has taken control of Panjshir province, the last area of Afghanistan held by resistance forces, said Islamist militant group spokesman Zabihullah Mujahid. Picture on social media shows Taliban members standing in front of the Panjshir provincial governor's compound. The National Resistance Front (NRF) on late Sunday proposes that the Taliban stopped its military operations in Panjshir, wherein the Taliban claims on having captured the entire valley. NRF leader informed that he is ready for peace talks and supports plans made by religious clerics for a negotiated settlement and asked the Taliban to end their offensive. There has been no immediate response from the Taliban. Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacted with the healthcare workers and beneficiaries of COVID vaccination program via video conferencing in Himachal Pradesh. PM Modi in the conference meeting said that he has seen all the staff members, including doctors, nurses and other working in teams. He added that leniency shouldn't happen in any form to complete the vaccination drive. Dr. Rahul of Civil Hospital, Dotrakwar, Shimla said that teams were deployed to every house to spread awareness about the virus and vaccination. With the motive to acquaint schools on the concept of vocational education based on the National Education Policy 2020, the Nagaland Board of School Education will be organizing a webinar on vocational education and NEP 2020 with Dr. Vinay Swarup Merotra. Dr. V.S. Merotra is a professor and head of Curriculum Development and Evaluation Center and Center for International Relationship at the Bandit Sundarlal Sharma Central Institute of Vocational Education, Bhopal, a constituent unit of National Council of Educational Research and Training, which is an autonomous organization under the Ministry of Education, Government of India. It has been known that Merotra had been actively involved with the Ministry of Education in the development and implementation of the National Skill Qualification Framework. Hence, NPSC has notified all the heads of registered institutions to attend the webinar on September 7 from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. To encourage and promote young talented college students in the field of music, the All Nagaland College Students Union, in collaboration with Task Force of Music and Arts, has decided to organize a virtual solo singing competition on September 15. It has come to light that songwriter, composer, founder and frontman of the Christian band Divine Connection, Obed Kad, and singer, songwriter and composer and award-winning artist of Radio City Freedom Award and Music Award of Nagaland, Vire, would be the judges of the competition. Cash award of Rs 15,000 with citation would be rewarded to the winner, while the first runner-up would be awarded with cash prize of Rs 10,000 with citation, and the second runner-up would receive cash prize of Rs 5,000 with citation. The entry for the competition would be open to all affiliated and associated colleges of ANCSU, and thus urge the respective students, council and union to contact its office for participation, keeping in mind that 2 persons from each college would participate in the competition. That's all we have for now. Keep watching Nagaland TV for more news and updates.